How can you fix a city that has no demand for growth, is losing $6.6 million a day, has citizens fleeing from the city as we speak, and of course, traffic is blocking the streets? Well, welcome to the city of Murphy that was submitted by Frag, which is a flourishing metropolis with over 100,000 citizens, but has so many problems that I know many of you out there are also struggling with. And if they aren't sorted ASAP, well, it's the end for this city. If you would like to submit your city for a possible fix, then head on over to my Discord, the link to which is in the description below. Then grab a cup of tea, sit back and relax as we dive into today's city fix. Well, here we go. Let's dive into this fix, and I particularly like this one because so many of the problems that we have in this city are ones that you were telling me that you have. So many of you jump onto the Discord or in the comments and say, I've got no demand, everybody's leaving, what do I do, how do I fix it? And you've got these huge big cities. I mean, like this one here, 100,000 residents, it's a flourishing metropolis. What can we do? Well, let's just take a look at the problem first of all. So it's probably got worse since I recorded that little intro segment. I'm going to pause the game. So many people are leaving. We're losing tons of money. We do have some demand for industry, but we'll get to that in a moment. What's odd is everybody seems happy. They've got coverage. They've got all sorts of things that they're happy with. Taxes are fair. Wealth is up. So what is going wrong? Well, let's take a look at the info views, and all of this fix, even though I've got a couple of mods, all of the fix is going to be in vanilla, so you can do it whatever you're playing on in the future if you're playing on console and you have this problem as well. Let's take a look at our population info view and we'll zoom into that. Is there anything that jumps out at you on that screen? The death rate, pretty low to be honest, which is great. Not too many moving away, although that is actually going up. We have an unemployment rate of 65.9%, which is nuts. Nobody is homeless, but we just don't have enough jobs for people. Quite often we can see that if we come into these info views here. So we're going to pick the commercial one. It depends. Sometimes it's a bit difficult to see because of the way things are coloured in the game. So it says here we've got vacant and occupied. Well, that's signature buildings. Let's turn those off. We're not worried about those. Vacant and occupied commercial buildings. Now on first view, these ones look like they're commercial buildings because they're black like that there, but they're not. These ones are high density housing. These are high density housing. We can see we sort of quickly switch over. There we go. They all go green, so that's fine. So really you're looking for buildings that you know to be commercial that are empty. And if we just sort of switch, yeah, see these ones here, if we switch between the two, I think all the commercial buildings we've got are actually occupied. So in one way that would tell me there's not enough commercial for jobs and for people to start spending their money, but also industrial is the other one. And we're starting to get a bit of an industrial need. And if we have a look down here, so we can see, if we do it this way, we can see where the industry is. Yeah, so pretty much I think all of our industry is filled up, which is odd considering there's not enough jobs. So we need to try and balance this out. So let's take a look at our tax rate and see how you've tried to fix this. Right, on first glance, I'd say your tax rate isn't bad. Normally around 12% is where we start earning the money. I'm going to just slightly adjust your residential tax rate. We'll keep that as 6. We'll go 7, 8, 9, and we'll go 10, 11, 12, 13 on the highly educated. That's fine. That will maybe make us a little bit more money. Industrial, we have a demand. I'm going to keep that. I'm going to drop the office and I'm going to drop the commercial a little bit as well. We're also going to look at our services to balance out the tax rates. Well, I'm going to just put all of these back to 100%. We've got so much money. We've got time to play. So anything that's going to make anybody unhappy, service fees, I'm trying to find 100%. I struggled with that for some reason. Healthcare is 100% garbage. Yeah. More. We don't want that. So even though you might have enough coverage, they're still going to complain if that's too low. We'll do the same here. We'll pop that up. It's going to cost us money, but we're going to balance it out and bring it back. This I'm going to put right up so it doesn't add too much. 137,000. Oh, actually, that's quite a lot. But we're going to do it anyway. I want everybody to be happy and want to move in. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, we'll go with that. We have no loans, which is good. Yeah, and most of our service upkeeps is what's costing us the money. But as we said, we're going to let things go and run through. So we basically want to find a way of getting a load of jobs in. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is add some more industrial, as we have an industrial demand. So let's just pop in some roads. There we go. Nothing too complicated. I might just... Oh, I must have had anarchy on when I did that. Hang on. Let me just fix this up. There we go. So what I was going to say was I'm going to just upgrade this road here in the middle as we're going to get more people coming through here. Let's make sure I've got anarchy off while I'm doing this. There we go. And I want to take any zoning off the front as well. So we'll get rid of all of that. Very good. And then we can just zone in all of this to replace the missing industry. There we go. And keep that away from the road there and hopefully take up some of our demand, which is good. And we might see this adjust a little bit as some are complaining about the taxes, but yeah, we'll take that as it comes. Something else you haven't really used much, which can help for jobs, is our signature buildings. Now, I was particularly looking, the commercial ones, you still need people to move in. The leisure ones, some of these have a huge amount of jobs just straight off the bat. The same for the industrial, so you put some in, but you don't have some of these available. We'll get those as we go along. And the office ones as well, I believe. Let's just pop some of these in, because you've got a lot of offices and things going on, and just see if we can... I don't want to sort of get rid of anything, but find a nice little spot where we can do that. There we go. We'll just pop that in there. I'm hoping that just comes with some jobs. We've got to have a company to move in, which counts as commercial. So we might... Oh, there we go. No, they've moved in. Excellent. It's software companies. That's got 70 jobs already. We've also got another one in here, which is pretty good and available to us at the moment. If I could find that one. Yeah, if you've got like the leisure venues and stuff like that, this Grand Dynasty Hotel has an absolute ton of jobs. So I'm just going to pop that over here behind all of these residential houses. And if we click on there and somebody moves in, hopefully rather quickly, 1,022 jobs. So that's one way you can deal with the lack of jobs in your city. And already we've got people moving in, which is fantastic, filling up some of the empty houses. Now, a mod that I've got just to give us a little bit more information about what's going on is the Info Loom mod. Obviously free on PDX Mods. You don't need this, but it helps. So if we look at residential, we can see all the properties that we've got. Let's just run the game, so that will just sort of fill in. But the figure I'm looking for is this empty properties one here. So we've got a lot of properties that were available, including high density, where nobody was moving in because the tax rate was too high. But now we've adjusted that, people are going to start filling these, and we will get some demand. At the minute, we've got 1.8% demand, not enough to show, but let's just wait for that. If we have a look at commercial as well, so we'll see we've got 316 empty buildings, even though the tax rate is low. Well, there's going to be nobody to fill the jobs in those buildings until we've got our unemployment rate down. So we're not going to see commercial demand for a while. Industrial demand and office demand as well. So the tax rate is higher. We do have some empty buildings, but again, we want to be filling these up. So we might just drop the tax rate once more and see if we can encourage more demand that way for our industrial and office. So we're going to put those like that. We'll put commercial a bit higher because at the minute that's the thing that's going to be hopefully making us some money, and we're going to wait for people to move in and see what happens next. While we're waiting for that, we might get some little traffic hotspots popping up here and there, and this is the one I think we saw right at the beginning. Yeah, with everybody coming down to this roundabout, heading off over here, and they've got a lot of places to go over here, and I think they're all taking this, unless they want to turn right, for every other way off, they're taking this one. So I would immediately say, if we pick a pick of this road, 5-lane asymmetrical, if I did the 4-lane one, that's going to give us 1 in and 4 going out. Whereas the 5-lane asymmetrical will give us 2 in and 1 out. I think there's not many coming down here. So if we did that and give them the 4 lanes, so we've still got 1 for going right, we've got 2 for going right, but I think If we follow that, yeah, look, they're going up over here and round there. So that might just get that moving a little bit quicker. And we want to get these down here a little bit quicker. On here, I'm just going to pop the normal asymmetric. There we go, going into there. And I'm going to do that all the way down. And then this way, I'll face it the other way. I think you actually had one there already. And then we've got traffic lights here, which have got no lights on, but people will cross independently across those. I'm going to take one of those away. And then the rest of this here, I mean, this could just be a roundabout, couldn't it? Back up here, because even a small one, yeah, we're going to lose a couple of buildings. I'm sure they'll grow back in. That might just get things moving a little bit quicker. This road's okay. This road's okay. It's this one here. So it might just be a case of wait. Yeah, we've got this crossing here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove that, but then I want to make sure they can cross so they don't walk all the way up to there. So we're just going to pause that a second. I am going to remove a couple of these buildings and we're going to put just a little pedestrian crossing over the top. There we go, that should do. It's going to take him a few minutes to work out there's another way to get across, but that means that all of these cars here are able to move a little bit quicker up through here. They're using all 3 lanes, which is good, and they can keep moving. Down here on Murphy High Road, that is moving through. It's not too bad. Is there a traffic light on there? There isn't. And I'm wondering whether that might just sort of help things get through, because again, we've got people crossing over. We've got this path, so they can get up and over the top. So actually, let's just leave that one, and hopefully that will sort itself out. But we do have a lot of people moving in. Oh, and we're making money, which is great. That is exactly what we wanted to see. And we've got a huge demand for industrial. So we'll come back to that area. Let's just have a look. That's by Briarwood Heights. Yeah, we'll come back and check that. So I'm just going to continue filling in over here for our industrial needs, making sure we're not causing too much traffic, and see how that affects everything. There we go. That should keep us going for a while. Oh, fantastic. Now we've unlocked the chemical plant, which I was hoping for, because that comes with the game, so you'll have that anyway. And I'm pretty sure this has got an absolute ton of jobs as well. I'm thinking of popping that in here somewhere. Yeah. Oh, hang on. What does that say? Already exists. What? We've literally just unlocked it, and it says, okay. Have you been using Find It and plopping stuff in? I bet you have. Where is it? Where is it? Yeah, these are the only 3 you've got, which are the 3 that are unlocked. There's none anywhere else, so I'm not sure why it's telling me that, but we're going to just pop a little road in here. I'm going to bring... Yeah, let's bring that one up here. Oh, we've got an autosave. Let's have a quick sip of tea. It's still giving me the already exists, which we know it isn't, so I don't know why it's saying that, but we're going to pop it in. There we go. Excellent. So that is going to give us 412 jobs. They're going to fill up like instantly. So we'll see how that goes for helping everything else, and some more industrial demand. Now, while that's all growing in and things are happening down here, because we want all these jobs to be filled up. Actually, let's quickly check. I mean, I don't think we've probably made a huge dent in it yet. Oh, down to 41%. Okay, that's good. Still no homeless. So everybody's pretty wealthy. Just talking about the tax rates just for a second. What a lot of people do is they panic. When they start losing money, they think, whack all of these up. But how it works now in City Skylines 2 is you can have a building, but it can be empty. What's that one there? That's the gas power plant. Yeah, you can have a building, but it can be empty, as we were mentioning at the beginning. Here we go. Perfect example. Level 5 office, nobody in there. So that is costing us money here, but there's no tax rates coming in. So that is where what we were trying to show at the beginning with these is really helpful. We can see that that one is empty. We know it's an office. I'm guessing these are all offices and these are all empty as well. Yeah, excellent. Well, there we go. Not excellent, but we found a thing we can help. So I'm going to drop this down. We're still making money because of how we're taxing people. I'm going to drop that down. Yep, we've got lots of demand on that. So actually put that up a bit. And I'm going to drop this down until we're still making money. I was hoping we'd get down to here so we can incentivize people to move in, but I still want to keep us in the green if we can. So let's do 4% and see how that goes. So that's using the info views. We've learned something there. So a lot of people have moved out because they can't afford it. Also, the other thing is, let's find one that's got a company in, which hopefully is around here somewhere. No, these are all where people are living. That's a special building. Oh man, our offices are doing bad. They are doing bad. What about these offices over here? There's a load. Here we go. Right. So this one here has got a company in. Compine, whatever it is. Employees, if we hover over that, we see what the company needs. So it needs 15 poorly educated, 45 educated, 45 well educated, 15 highly educated. So we need that split through your city. So when you are doing your schools, you don't have to always get all of this in the green and have tons of space. Sometimes it can't be helped. If you want to put down some of these larger buildings, they have so much space in them, that's going to happen anyway. But sometimes having this a little bit lower means you're going to have some uneducated citizens. And it's my understanding that if they don't go into elementary school, they won't go through the school system. So if you leave that a bit low, you will get some uneducated citizens. Of course, you'll have some that will go through high school and then drop out. You'll get some that go through college, drop out, get some go to university, then they finish, then they're highly educated. So that's your 4 different levels of education. If we go back into, where is it? One of these down here, hard to see. Okay, let's do it this way. Bonk. No, let's try that again. Bonk. Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. It was this one, wasn't it? There it is, that one there. So our 4 different levels. Poorly educated is just the first level of school. Then you've got educated high school, well-educated college, highly educated university. So yeah, that is something else that you want to balance. Right, we've still got industrial needs. Let me continue filling that in. I think I'm just going to plop a load in this area like this. Oh, look what I can see. Look what I can see. Popping up on our demand bar, we've got some low density residential demand for the first time. That is absolutely brilliant. That was one of the things that you mentioned that you were unhappy with. If we come all the way over here, got a bit of a traffic accident. You've got Brightwater, your UK town, and none of this was filling in. You had it all zoned out, but none of it was filling in. Don't forget, just zoning isn't enough. People have to afford it. They need jobs. But now look, your Brightwater is all filling in nicely. We are going to expand this a little bit more. What have we got down here? Oh, an oil refinery. Yes, we want to put that one down as well. Fantastic. Well, let's keep with the UK theme. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some... What am I looking for? Low density terraced. Yes. Now, also, the cost of the houses. People will pay more rent in a house this size than a house this size. It's all about how much land it's taking up. So obviously these are very expensive houses. These are very expensive houses. And then when you get to the terrace style of house, so let's go back over here. I might just put in another road. What have we got? Yeah, let's go for this one here. We're going to put in another road at the back. So that is basically 3 wide. Then you should get 3 wide on the other side. In fact, we'll just make that go out. Oh, not quite. Let me try that again. There we go. Excellent. I mean, yeah, the zoning is going to be a bit weird here, but we're just using this for an example because they could zone on either side of this road. But I'm going to put that in there. They're going to face in different ways. And then over here, I'm also going to just make it 3. We know these are going to face this way. And then I'm going to do the same over here. There we go. So they're going to be cheaper houses. Obviously, only a few of those filled in. And we've lost our demand. But some of them will grow. They will be there as demand goes up. We're up to over 112,000 citizens, which is fantastic. And we've still got more demand for industrial. So as that is there, I'm going to keep filling this in. There we go. It's all a bit lumpy and bumpy, but you get the idea. There we go. Excellent. Follow your demand. And you see this is sort of popping in and out as things go along. So let that build. So the other tool that you can use, once we're going to put down that other unique building in a minute, is this one. Click on there. This gives you a ton of information. So commercial demand is so non-existent, it's not even filled in the box. Oh, we're getting high density residential demand now. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So we can see it says unoccupied buildings. Well, we've put a load in, but they're probably all occupied already. Taxes is now fine. So they're all happy. Unoccupied buildings. So we just need to zone some of these and they should move it. Commercial demand. Oh, that came and went so quick. What did it say? Hang on a sec. Okay, I went back and got a pic. We'll stick it on the screen. So unoccupied buildings was the thing that it was concerned about. Taxes, local demand was okay. But obviously we're right on the cusp of it actually being needed in our city. So until people have got money they want to go and spend, then we're not going to need any commercial. I'm just going to keep filling these in. We are flying through. I'm sure all the jobs that people want are getting filled. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just buy another square over here. There we go. We'll unlock that. And we've got a nice bit of space here. I'm just thinking, as we're going to be doing some work on here and getting a load of jobs coming in, I am going to upgrade this road. So we'll bring it out like that so we're not messing up the zoning. There we go. They've still got dedicated lanes down there. We'll add a frontage road on. That should be big enough. And then we'll plop this in, the oil refinery unique. There we go. And that should give us an absolute ton of jobs as well. 328. And they already work there. You don't... Oh, the company's just moved in, isn't it? Of course it has, yeah. So there we go. That is helping with that. Let's just double check again what we've got going on. Oh, mamma mia. 17.8%. That is really, really good. And we've got the demand back and we're making money. So maybe over here, I would say along this car park, have you got anything zoned? You do. We're going to take all of that out because nobody's moving in there. Just need to tidy that up and tidy that up. I'm going to put a few blocks of flats in here. Now that we've got, if we hover over there, high density demand. I've got a mod that splits all of these out so it's easy to see. We're going to put a few blocks of flats. You're going to see that this demand is going to disappear super quick. There we go. Maybe we'll get another couple of small ones there. And it will go. Let's speed the game up. That's all gone. Yep, there we go. Excellent. And then on the other side, we'll go back to our, there we go, terraced housing. And again, I might just want to build this out a bit. And now we're getting some medium demand as well. So we'll get that in. And I want a nice corner building on there, and that will go down super quick as well. Excellent. Look at that. That is brilliant. Let's go and check the traffic then, because we're going to have a lot of people moving in. So it was over here, wasn't it? Briarwood Heights. There we go. Murphy Road. This is all moving along nicely. They're still doing a couple of bit of hawky-balky turns over there, but that is not too bad. My one thing that I want to do is I want to get some commercial demand back in the city. Is it back in here yet? No, not yet, but all of these are doing fantastic. Well, maybe let's just see what we can do. I'm going to dive back into my taxes again. I want to incentivize people to move in. What do we need? Let's have a quick look at our production chain. So we've got a bit of a deficit with things, but it's not too bad. If we go down here, we are producing a lot of material goods. What's this one? Yeah, the deficit over here. We've got a deficit on convenience food. So convenience food, food and textiles, we've got a deficit. Okay. So if we go into here, food, I'm going to say we're going to pay you. Convenience food and textiles, we're going to subsidise you. Oh, suddenly a load of people are leaving. We're going to subsidise you all to come in. Why are we suddenly getting a load of people leaving? That's a bit concerning. So let's check our jobs. Jobs is okay. Death rate is okay. We've just got a load of people moving away for no reason. Everybody's happy. High taxes. Well, I mean, you know, we can actually drop everybody down a tax rate and we're still making money, which is good. I'm going to drop offices down a bit so we get those offices filled in. Let's do that. Yeah, we'll do that. That's fine. So I think what this probably is we don't have any buildings. People want to move in. So I'm going to do a little bit of zoning. We're going to fill this with industrial. We're going to get a whole load of extra zoning in and around here. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. Ooh, just jumping back in here. We've now got office demand. So that means that all of our offices, I just want these to come across here, are all filled up, which is fantastic. There we go. Don't want crossings, but I just want them to be able to get from one side to the other nice and easily. There we go. So if we start filling in the office demand, let's have a look at our info view. Residential, commercial. Where is it? Where is it? I'm looking for office. Does it come under commercial? I can't remember. I think it comes under industrial, doesn't it? Yeah, there it is. So, empty building 0. Excellent. That is what we want to see. Let's take another look at our commercial demand. So we've still got quite a lot of empty buildings. I'm just wondering whether... we just need to delete some of those buildings and then get them to spawn back in again. I don't want to do that. I want to just keep following... Oh, we've got more traffic over here. Keep following the demand as it goes. Yeah, we've got a lot of people moving in, so we're going to be getting a lot of traffic on this junction coming in. What have we got going on? So we've got that splitting off. This is coming on straight through. Okay, this splits off and comes to my nemesis, the flipping peanut roundabout. I hate you. I absolutely hate you. Right, okay. We're going to take out some commercial. We don't want anything zoned on this that's going to slow it down. I'm going to see if... I'm going to pick a pick of this and see if we can just upgrade that to the wider version, just so we get... no, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to upgrade it down here, and I'm going to see if we can just give an extra little lane going off instead. So if I go like that... yeah, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a... okay, we're going to anarchy that in. There we go. A bit of a weird one coming in there. But we've got the extra lane over here anyway. This could actually become... I'm going to just get rid of that. This could actually become a roundabout, and we don't want anybody turning right there. But if we stick a roundabout on there, that'll sort of get past all of the problems that we've got. We've got a little teeny tiny... let's put all these back on again. We've got a little teeny tiny bit of road here, haven't we, that's causing a problem. Let me just sort this out. There we go, we'll do that. I've just moved this out the way. So hopefully they'll take that to come off there, skip all of this to turn right. As always, we've got a load of crossings and things going on. I'm going to take those away, and if they want to cross, they can cross over there. So that should keep that going, and then I am going to just upgrade this if it doesn't give me any jit. So we've got extra lanes coming in and out, and hopefully, I mean, there's a lot of people coming down here. Where are they all coming from? Oh, wow. We've got people walking everywhere. We've got an autosave as well. No tea left. Oh, yes, it's flipping crematorium that's causing all of that. Okay, well, that's fine. Oh, look, there we go. That's got this moving. So I imagine once this has all gone down, as everybody is moving a lot better, it should be good. Let's just keep an eye on that traffic coming over the bridge, see how it goes. Yeah, I'm thinking we still might just need to do something with all the pedestrians here, because this is all getting a bit too much, isn't it? Where's my cursor gone? There it is. So I'm sure I moved that crossing there, but it came back again. So we're going to get rid of that, and then get rid of that. Did I not get rid of those before? Sometimes these things just decide to pop back in again, and it's a real pain in the neck. I'm going to get rid of that one as well, but we can add one down there if they want to cross. That's just away from the junction. I'm going to get rid of that. They can cross over here. I mean, that should keep things moving, because that's all we want. It's just keep moving, keep moving. You're sort of going and blocking people coming around this way, but once they get going, do you know what would be better is a larger roundabout, just so they've got the room. That's going to be too big. Yeah, we'll go with that. Just got room to swing around a bit, and then we'll just move this over. There we go. We can always flatten that land out. No crossings have been brought back in again. No, we're fine. All right. Let me just watch this a little bit. Well, it's all backed up again. Oh, so many people. So many people. Are all coming out of the subway that's down here. Oh, okay. Right, we're going to just do a little something here. We're going to dezo... Oh, look at that. We've got full demand. Everything but commercial is now in demand. We've gone from 0 demand to all the flipping demand you could ever want, which is brilliant. Let me just get this in here. There we go, that's good. So it's right by the subway as well, so they should be going over the top rather than crossing in the way. And then we've got another crossing here where they're coming in and out of this park, which is a bit annoying because they could just cross over here instead. I'm just wondering whether, there's just so many people, I'm just wondering whether they'll eventually stop. What we could do as well is, do we have a subway stop anywhere near this, which is where all the people are coming going from? Let's just... We don't, and the subway literally comes right past here. Yeah, I'm going to squeeze one in here. Right, it's a bit hard to see, but I've put one in there. We've got this stop going up here to the education campus, back again, and then hooking up. So over time, we should have more people coming out of here and crossing over instead of walking all the way along here, which will hopefully, I mean, look, there we go. Look, we barely made a few changes and the traffic is already moving quicker and going down. We've got a few people doing some naughty turnarounds at the top. I don't want them turning left there, so we're actually going to use the in-game tool for that. I keep looking down thinking, any minute now, we're going to get some commercial use. So I want them just to turn right there and leave. It's a shame we could just run that around the back and make it one way so it's not an issue. But I think once those have gone, that should be okay. Could you please come out and go? Thank you very much. Oh, commercial demand has come back. We've got the commercial demand here. It's extremely low. Let's see what it says in this little window here. There we go. Ooh, 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 ooh. Empty buildings. We've still got empty buildings that just need filling up. That is the issue. Well, I mean, why don't we just drop everything minus 10% on the lot just to fill up those buildings and see how that goes? And we can be making more money on this. Yeah, that's fine. We're sort of balancing it with the demand. I think we can make a bit more money on this, so we're not losing quite as much. And then hopefully this will be the final thing we need to get some commercial demand back in the city. Let's have a look at the traffic. Ooh, it's pretty much almost gone down. It's busy, but it's moving. So I can't... Oh, I've clicked something else. I can't complain about that. And we've taken all these pedestrians off the streets as well. Down here is going to be super busy for a while. What is going on? So we've got this underground bus lane, which comes from all the way over here that sort of wiggles through and is causing an absolute ton of traffic where that crossing is, although that is not the main thing. It's just getting people on and off this roundabout. And again, it's pedestrian crossings, always the thing. When you've got a ton of people, and they don't need to use that, they can use this that's going up and over the top if we connect it up a bit like this. There we go, that will do. They can get up and over like that. So that should just keep all of these moving, which they are. There we go. So that's gone down there. Yeah, I don't mind that crossing there. People are still moving okay. Coming up here is okay. This is moving along, moving along, moving along, moving along. Everything's moving along. This is the, whoa, hang on, Murphy Highway J3. So they're struggling to get out here. And again, look at that. Wouldn't you Adam and believe it? It's another crossing. So that's going to go. Yeah, everybody's turning right there. We basically want these to have a dedicated right turn because it's blocking up everybody else. I'm going to try and do it without mods. So we should be able to do that with a 5-lane asymmetrical. Let's just pause a sec and get that in there. Yeah, we've got a dedicated right now. And then coming out of here, this is only one lane. Let's just pick that, not the car. So I think that's a 1-lane one of these, isn't it? I'm going to just upgrade that to a 2-lane just to help. There we go, the traffic flow. And then take off all the crossings because that will stop all the cars from doing things they need to do. Off, 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 and off. There we go. So now they've got a dedicated right if you're coming over the bridge. Oh dear, that's all up in the air, isn't it? Let's fix that. Then it should stop all of this happening. That should have been like that. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, so now it's just down to these traffic lights, which are okay because we're crossing over from one side to the other. So I feel like we need them. Yeah, and then we're just down to a roundabout. And I think once these have all gone through, this should, yeah, it's not too bad. It's not backing up. I usually say don't back up past the next junction. Well, this is the next junction, but actually the real problem would be down here. So it's up to here, then the lights change. So then this yellow taxi, let's see how far they're going to get. It was this one here. Did that crossing just appear before my eyes? I feel like I'm going insane sometimes. We don't want anybody walking up over here. Yeah, there we go. Look, that's going through much, much better. This is okay. This is okay. Yeah, good. It's busy, but it's moving. This thing down here, I think because we've got so many people constantly moving in, that when that stops, this should go a lot better. Let's just take a look what's going on down here. I feel like this isn't enough lanes. Just in this situation, it's going to be one more lane, bro. I'm going to take that off and let it just do a normal upgrade. That's already a 3. Let's... Oh, I see. Yeah, it's got the side things on, isn't it? Let's go like that. Yeah, and we can add the side things back on again if you want. There we go for the sound. Yeah, that'll just move through there a bit better. I'd like them to get 2 dedicated lanes coming off of there. So we're going to go for 4. And if we line this up right... Now, we're still going to get a straight on there because that's a 3. I mean, this is that road we've just put in and we said we didn't need a 1 and we changed it to a 2. If I change that back to a 1 again, like that, or I might just leave the end as a 2. So you've got a left and you've got a straight on. Oops, need that up in here. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Put that back like that. So then we'll get a dedicated. We're still not getting a dedicated there. Let's just see if we can... make it a dedicated. No, because we've still got 3 going on and I don't want to change that. Yeah, we might just need to... I mean, it's not backed up over the bridge anymore. Again, that might just be a little bit of time to go down. And we've got like bus stops here which are causing problems. That is like the worst place for a bus stop. I'm going to leave that and just let it go down while we've got people trying to move in, and we might just see that that drops over time. Still no commercial demand. Everybody's upgrading. Oh, it comes and goes. It comes and goes. So what I'm doing is looking through all the commercial buildings that we've got here to see if there are any that are empty. So I'm checking out the zoning. I know everything either side of this road is commercial. And then I've got a mod that actually just pops up that information on the screen for me. So I don't have to actually click on it and see that there's no business in there. Yeah, that mod is called Extended Tooltip. So then I'll just sort of check a few. So there's somebody in there, nobody there, and I'll delete those. And what you might find is businesses are wanting to move in, but the properties that are available are just too big. And we've already discussed, haven't we? If they're too big, then the rent is going to be a lot higher and they're just not going to be able to afford it. So yeah, I'm just going to go along and do that on some of these. I don't think they're all, you know, they're houses, and then we'll see whether that helps our commercial demand. There we go. Just in this little section here, you can already see all these 3 are empty as well. There we go. All the ones that we've removed on either side. So yeah, I'm going to dive around the city and do this wherever there is commercial. And something else you need to sort of remember with City Skylines 2 as well, it's a living, growing organism is the way I think of it, which is how cities should be. Things will change over time. I'm going to make sure I don't remove the ones that do have businesses in. And yeah, sometimes this is something you just need to do because the city's landscape will change, what people want to do with their jobs, how much money they've got, their earnings, their wealth. It all changes over time. So you want to come back and check things like this often. Now what's interesting is I'm deleting some commercial and instantly these buildings came back in again. So that to me says we're getting closer to getting some commercial, did I say industry? I meant commercial, getting some commercial demand back again. I've gone through all the commercial down here in the middle. I've just done that. I think we've done all of this. You can see all the gaps. That is pretty much, isn't it? All the commercials. So now just using the info loom mod as it's easier to see, I don't want that one, what we've got. Propertyless companies, empty buildings 59, so it's dropped right down. So there's obviously some that I'm missing somewhere, maybe over here in the high-rise area. I think we're getting there. So I've been removing a load of zones that we've got that are absolutely not being used. Let's just go into this one here. Oh, there we go. That's what I want. So where I've deleted commercial, where they just weren't working, I'm going to remove those zoning, use those for the housing that we have, because we're finding that the commercial that we've got in these areas is more than enough. You've also had a lot of mixed use, which is great for housing, but if the housing stays there forever and nobody can afford to come and set up a shop there, then you've got problems. So I'm fairly confident if I keep following these demands that we've got down here that we are going to be very, very close to what we want. Oh, Oh, I thought I saw a teeny tiny little bit. It came and went. So basically, we're just down to the unoccupied buildings. I've put the taxes back up again a bit, just because we can, and we're making money, which is fine. I want to just drop these down a little bit. We could always drop that down a little bit because we're making so much money. It's nuts. How are we doing on all of these? I think we literally had all of these on 100%. We don't need that any higher. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. All of these are fine. So it is just the fact that we've got a couple of empty buildings, 4 empty buildings, and once they're filled, then we're going to have more people that want to move in. So actually, I think I'm just going to drop this back down again just to encourage them to move in and get our commercial demand going. We're so close. We're so close. Also, I'm noticing these. Look, if anyone's saying not enough customers, we just don't need that building there. So I'm going to remove it. And that is now a spot that's going to be ready for some housing. And there's quite a few of these around. See, some of these are complaining before anybody's even moved in. So I'm going to get rid of those and just dezone it. It's already dezoned. And yeah, we've got loads of space for new housing. And this one, yeah, this would be a problem because people live there, but it's a mixed. So we'll just get rid of that one up to there. There we go. And I think we're so close. I think we're so close. Oh, look, look. Oh my goodness me. I was just checking this out for commercial demand, and the commercial demand is back. We're running out of power. Let's just slow things down a minute and get back into our electricity. We'll just bump that up to 110%. That should be okay. These are struggling over here, but at the minute, I don't care because we've got all of our demand back. Office we've seen come and go. That's fine. I'm charging a load for those. I've just built a few estates over here of varying size houses to take care of the demand, and it is back. All we need is some unoccupied buildings and they will move in. Why don't we pick a spot down here and look at that. Already unzoned. We're just going to take some of the EU commercial buildings and look. Oh, wow. They are going to grow in. We are going to have some commercial units over here. Let's get like a nice little couple of buildings over here by our blocks of flats. Why not? We've got some more flats over here. Let's go for the Japanese ones. I like the look of those. Oh my goodness me. Look, we've got people moving in. So we can adjust this as much as we like because we're making so much money. I mean, we can literally charge the uneducated 1%. All the way up to 8%. Commercial, we're not charging anything. I mean, if we sort of pop that up to a reasonable amount, 10, I mean, it depends how you want it. Do you want to make all the money or do you want all your demand? I mean, it's up to you, really. Oh, we've suddenly lost a load of money. Hang on, let's pop that back. Drop that a little bit. We can drop that one up. There's so many options we've got. Everybody's happy. Good grief. I think that was a complete turnaround on this city. And even the entrance to the city where all the traffic was, yes, it's lumpy, yes, it's bumpy, but it is so much better. Ignore that traffic over there. It's moving. People are walking over the top of the roads as we want them to do. This isn't backed up all the way to the junction, so that's fine. That's just a busy junction. Let's come and have a look around here. Where was it? It's all coming down here rather slowly up to the roundabout. You know what the fix is here, don't you? This just needs to be an asymmetrical road. So let's just grab, that's the one. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. What is that? That is oh, that's a small asymmetrical one, isn't it? I'm gonna just anarchy that in and just give you a little bit more. There we go, stuff like that, and then we can whack a key wall on the side of that because we've got mods and we're allowed to do that. There we go, make it look a bit nicer, and you might just find that you're not going to live there anymore. Well, you might do, but that will just get through a little bit quicker. I'm actually wondering if that even needs to be a roundabout through there, to be honest. And then down here, we've got the massive big bus stop, and it all goes down to one lane. So that just needs to be an asymmetrical road through there. Get those going out a bit quicker. And I'm pretty sure that will solve that traffic coming along there. I really don't want that roundabout. We just don't need it. Let's just get rid of that roundabout. Keep on moving. We don't need traffic lights either. Get rid of that because that's making it all back up everywhere. And just keep going. Just keep going. Don't stop. Oh yeah, we need to make the asymmetrical come all the way down here. There we go. That's fine up to there. Too many crossings. Well, we know what we're going to do with that. Nobody needs to get to this side here, do they? Because there's nothing here apart from this one commercial shop, which is going to go any second now. There we go. This one's going to go as well. It's already gone, but it wasn't deleted. I'm just wondering whether... Oh, it's got traffic lights. I was just going to say this sort of one could easily be a roundabout and just keep it all going. Keep it all going. Keep it all going. Let's not live in the middle of a roundabout. That isn't the best thing to do. Man, you're going to live right out to sea. Excellent. And I think this will all eventually go down. Let's just give it a minute or two. Yeah, there we go. It's not too bad. It's these buses stopping. They don't get a dedicated lane. So anybody wanting to come through here is having to wait behind the bus, but they're normally not waiting that long, which means this traffic's all gone down. This has all gone down. Mamma mia, this is humpy and lumpy and bumpy. This has all gone down coming into the city. I think we've just solved every single problem that this city had. So, what have we learnt today? While using the vanilla in-game tools, the info views, and plenty of time and effort, you can fix a city with no demand, citizens leaving in their droves, and money flooding out of your bank account. Big thank you to Frag for sending in the city of Murphy. There's a link below. I always put that at the end of a traffic fix video so you can try out the city for yourself. And if you enjoyed this total city fix, please hit the like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Also, a huge thank you to all of my Patreon supporters. You can see their names flying up the screen right now. Hope you're continuing to enjoy the weekly Patreon videos, which at the minute is Timberborn Update 7. We're having great fun with that. And if you want to join too or just see what's going on, you can sign up for free and you can learn all about Patreon. And then if you wish to support me, then there's the option there as well. It's entirely up to you. Thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for your continued support here on YouTube too. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.